Hey everybody, it's Todd.
And Devin.
And we're the Whiskey Sippers. And this is our June bottle haul. Alright, so
we had a pretty busy June. Todd had a couple trips down to Kentucky. I stayed mostly up here in Ohio. But we had quite the haul, I would say, overall. So here are the first bottles we got for June. Todd, you want to go first?
Sure. So just before Father's Day weekend, my wife surprised me with a Father's Day gift. Two of the old Charter oaks, the French oak finish. And yeah, so she gave them to me the Thursday before Father's Day because that Friday morning we headed down to Kentucky for the Bourbon National Bourbon Day.
Oh, wow.
So that was my start.
Yeah, I've yet to try any of these, but I've heard a lot of things. They try them in different casks and then 90 proof, and yeah.
That one's open, so you can definitely try it before we're done today.
Well, let's see. While I was up here in Ohio hanging out, we did another video about how you can kind of find these in Ohio, but they did drop some Weller 107 Weller Antique, so I was able to go and pick one of these up, so definitely a good time. So, Todd, what else did you get?
All right, so on National Bourbon Day, that Friday, we went down to Kentucky. We had tickets to the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Day tour. And at the end of that, they took you to the Elmer T. Lee Lodge. They had food and cocktails and stuff, and you also got a chance to buy a special bottle. So my wife and I each got Weller Full Proof.
All right.
So always a good bottle to get, always nice to have. So yeah, it came as part of the tour. You're able to purchase the bottle at MSRP.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite of the Weller line. Well, we also had a Wild Turkey, I guess you could say release or special event going on, and they did some Russell's picks, and then they also did some other Wild Turkey ryes. What's it, Rare Breed Rye, or not Rare Breed Rye?
It was a Private
Barrel Rye. Yeah. So I was able to pick up one of these, and looking forward to trying it.
So while we were at Buffalo Trace, other than the Weller Full Proof, I went to the gift shop and also picked a E.H. Taylor small batch. So it's just a standard small batch. And we did some shopping while we were, down there. And well, first we went to Four Roses.
Okay.
Because when you're at Buffalo Trace, you're close to Wild Turkey and Four Roses. Wild Turkey went and saw the visitor center, but they really didn't have anything besides the shelf roast you already have. But when I went to Four Roses, they had the single barrel proof OBSQ.
All right.
Which was the last recipe I needed, so I now have all 10.
Ooh.
So I have all 10 of the recipes in barrel strength. You probably can't see them. They're back here behind me. But yeah, so it was the last one I needed. I was pretty excited to be able to complete that.
Got to catch them all. I only have, I think 8 only. But anyway, I have 8 of the 10. So let's see. Ohio also did a surprise morning release one day, and they put out that they were going to be dropping at a bunch of stores. It was about 120 bottles or so per store, and they released some Elmer T. Lee that day, some Blanton's Gold, as well as some Blanton's straight from the barrel. So what they did, they allowed you to go through, instead of it make it where you had to go and just get one bottle or hop store to store to hopefully try to find and get all of them. You were able to go back in the line, get one that you didn't already get. So I was able to get one of each of these.
Yeah. I was also, my wife and I were both working from home the day the email came out, or they announced they were doing that drop.
Yeah.
So we ran out and got in line at the nearest store, and I already have several of the gold and straight from the barrel, so I was really, Elmer T. Lee's I was looking for. So we did go and got some Elmer T. Lee. So we were there fairly early. We were maybe like 12th in line, 12th, 13th. And after we got done, on the way home, we passed another store that was participating. So we decided to go ahead and stop and see if they had anything left.
As well, right?
And we got 2 more Elmer T. Lee. So I ended up with, I wanted some Elmer T. Lee and I got it. So now I have a lifetime supply just about. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, I have one more bottle, but I will save that one for the end. So what else did you get?
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the rest of these here. I managed to pick up an Elijah Craig B524. So the newest barrel proof release.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually really good. We opened that up. It's one of the better B batches.
Okay.
My mother-in-law picked up a bottle for me, Boom Boom Bourbon, which is made by Cleveland Whiskey Company for Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the boxer.
Okay.
She saw the bottle and thought it was Rocky, so she decided to buy it. So there you go. Yeah. Boom Boom Bourbon.
Very, very close. maybe their marketing is pretty good with that.
On National Bourbon Day at Angel's Envy, they released their new cask strength bottled in bond.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird, right, that it can be both.
Correct. However, it can be.
It can be. What they did is they blended barrels together till it came to 100 proof, so they didn't cut it with water.
Yeah.
Then they rebarreled it and bottled it out of that barrel, so it's cask strength.
Yep.
So, but we got it signed by the distillery. Distillery.
Awesome.
Also picked up
of course.
a Old Forester single barrel proof rye. I can't remember which store we got this from in Louisville. And from the distillery, we picked up a single barrel proof regular bottle.
Awesome.
So we got both those, and we actually completed. We have a bottle from all the warehouses, single barrel proof now.
Oh.
This one is the one from the Party Source. So if you've ever been around the Cincinnati area, Party Source is a huge store over there, and this was a Buffalo Trace pick from the Party Source.
Awesome.
Almost done, I swear. So I did a trade. We're big Jack Daniels fans, as you'll learn from this channel.
Yeah.
And my wife and I are both squires. So we're always looking for something interesting from Jack Daniels. And someone was actually doing a duck race for a 2014 single barrel, the old style bottle. So I won that. So
Awesome.
There you go. I got one of those old Dusties. And then I did a trade for this Jack Daniels 1950 Gold Medal Edition from 2001. So it's unopened.
Never seen it.
Yep, I did a trade and picked that up. I also picked up, and we're going to actually be reviewing this, a 13th Colony cask strength, this year's release.
Awesome.
So 13th Colony is, very very brand. The double oak is fantastic.
Delicious.
So I was really interested in getting the cask strength, so I actually made a trade for that. Freddie Johnson came to Ohio and did several events where he was signing bottles and they were raffling off other bottles, and so I managed to get in line and get a bottle of Buffalo Trace signed by Freddie.
Awesome.
And my final bottle on National Bourbon Day, they were doing the Bardstown events where all the Bardstown's distilleries were releasing special bottles. Well, Jim Beam released their oldest release ever, a 20-year. So that is the real reason that we headed down there. It's the first place we went, and I managed to get one. So I got the Jim Beam 20-year, and it's signed by Freddie No, Fred No, and Baker Beam.
Awesome.
So there you go. I got the 20-year Jim Beam. That was my kind of big bottle for the month.
Awesome. Well, the last bottle I was able to get. So Freddie was in town for that signing and lottery event, and I put my name in the hat. My wife put her name in the hat. My buddies were there. We were able to go to one of the 6 events that they had, and the one I was able to get was the Double Eagle Very Rare, and it is a 20-year bourbon from Buffalo Trace. I was very excited to get this one. I'll probably open it first kid or when I retired from the military, but I was very excited for this. It's a 20-year bourbon, 3,500 bottles this year, which is a huge step from previous years, but I was super stoked. My wife was number 8, and she just can't believe it. So, so we were able to get this, and yeah, we were excited.
That is probably the coolest looking bottle I've ever seen.
So.
All right, well, hope you enjoyed that bottle haul video. It was quite a bit this month. It was a very busy month. But if you like what you see, please subscribe. It really helps our channel to grow. You get some subscriptions, like, comment, all those good things, and we really appreciate it. We hope to hear from you.
Yep.
And remember, the best bourbon
or whiskey is the one you like the most. All right, see ya.